Welcome everyone to Bode's Vancouver real estate market update for February 2023. This video is going to show you what's happening in the overall Vancouver property market, and then I'm going to show you where you can find out what's happening in your local area or community. So let's dive in. What's happening in Vancouver? So first thing we're going to look at is the number of new listings to come to market each month for the last 5 years. And you can see here that in January, the number of new listings are down quite significantly. So down 22% versus the average of the last 5 Januaries. So far fewer homes coming to market in January. And then if you take a look at the sales side of the equation, sales are down very much so versus previous years. So sales down 44% versus the average of the last 5 Januaries. So sales really have fallen off a cliff here recently, obviously since the big increase in interest rates for the last 8-9 months, and that's really slowed things down. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and buyers aren't sure whether now is a great time to buy or not. So sales slowed massively. Then if we take a look at inventory, so the overall number of homes for sale, right now, inventory's kind of climbed back up higher relative to where it was in 2022. So it's down about 7% from where it would typically be for the end of January, but that's higher than at January 2022 by quite a ways. So there's a lot of homes available right now for sale. And if you take a look at months of supply, you can see this metric has changed significantly. So months of supply looks at, given how many homes are for sale and how fast homes are selling, how many months would it take to sell through all of the inventory that's currently listed for sale? And earlier in 2022, months of supply was down as low as just 2 months. Now it's all the way back up above 7 months. So that really shifts power back towards buyers. So what that means is buyers might have a bit more time now to include some subjects or conditions as part of their offer and aren't competing so much with as many other buyers all at once for listings. So what does all that mean for prices in Vancouver? Well, this chart here shows you what's happened to Vancouver property prices for the last 17 years. Very strong price growth in Vancouver over that time period. Prices went up pretty quickly early in 2022, but then started going down once interest rates started going up in March. So they've been going down consistently for the last 8 months. In January, they were down 0.3% versus December, and that puts them down 6.6% over this time last year. So all of the gains that were made in early 2022 have now been more than wiped out, and actually prices are down relative to there. But the good news is prices are still up versus pre-pandemic levels. So the big question on everyone's mind is what's going to happen here in the coming months, and are we going to get back down to pre-pandemic prices? But this picture can really differ depending on the kind of property you have, and, a detached home versus an apartment, and which part of the city or which area you live in. So it's important to look at all this information for your own local community, and you can do that on bode.ca. So we have 3 tools that let you take a look at all of this data. The first one's called market data. That's where you can see the same supply, demand, and pricing trends, but for your specific community. Then we've got a tool called market data, which allows you, called sold data, which allows you to look up the price of any home sold for in the last 3 years in the Vancouver area. So if you see a sold sign go up and want to know what that home sold for, check out our sold data tool. Finally, we've got a comparables tool, which allows you to enter 8 features of your home and get a list of active listings and the most comparable recently sold listings. So you can get a really good feel for what your home is worth in today's market. So check all of that out at bode.ca. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you again next month.